Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
I'm going to Learning Apps. Learning Apps. Discovered browsing. You can select any of the course and I'll try to enroll and again drop that. Let's say I'm trying to enroll into. This is already enrolled course. Let's say we don't see enrollment option. How can we find out it is enrolled already? You will be getting option. Let's say the course that I was trying to access is. After enrolling, only you'll be able to see this option, Start Course. Start Course. Before enrollment, you'll not see this one. When you're saying Start Course, there can be two cases. One is there is no enrollment needed for this course directly. You can start course, or once your enrollment is completed, then you should be able to see this course. Now I've enrolled this course and Jacqueline should be able to again and not into this. Now she is saying enrollment option. I'm enrolling her into the fundamental course. Not being making the participants to enroll or the employee. Both ways can themselves enroll them and manager will have an access and even learning administrator will have access. Mostly learning administrator will be enrolling because employee on their own courses they can do, but compliance courses, mandatory courses, learning administrator will have access to enroll employees. And manager will also have to manage all the team learnings. Manager also can do, in all the cases, learning administrator will be managing this. Sorry, I did a mistake. Could you please go back one step and show you? I enrolled into this. Do you want me to drop on again? We do this. We have to select which course. Whichever course that you wanted to drop, you can select. I will show you. Drop reasons also will be based on your request. Learning team will be requesting working team. These are all the operations we wanted to have an employee and their price to drop the enrollment. Now you can see I'll be enrolling this employee to the fundamental course. Just enrollment. Once enrollment is completed, submit it. It automatically picks that course name. From the course name only we are going. We have an option to enroll. Now, once you've submitted, enrollment is submitted, an employee can start the course. Start the course. How to enroll multiple end users. What is that? How to enroll multiple end users? I'll show that there is a task to enroll multiple employees. I think we did try. In our previous sessions, mass enrollment was off. Mass enrollment. The checkbox was not there because of some reason. We did not select multiple employees. We did try, but we'll see if anything got changed, or else I'll see if something that I can figure out, the security issue. I'll see if I can fix something. I can also create one report for you and show. Basically, that's just a report. I can show you that report also. Now I will enroll into this course. And dropping anything you already have seen. The employee will have an access. Everyone will have an access to this task. Drop in learning enrollment. Everyone will have an access. And once employee can get into this, employee can select a course, Workday Fundamentals. But it's just a showing post name, post reason something. It's not relevant. What is that? The list. What are you showing? The reasons, drop reasons. It's just showing the drop enrollment. You can see here. Enrolled in error. Enrolled in error is one thing that we can select. And since this is a training to write, there are different reasons to select it. I'll show you how to configure that also. I'll select enrolled in error. I'll select. By mistake, we enrolled this session. Submit this. And enrollment has got dropped. Now, if I can do this again, you'll see enrollment option. You can see that in that way you can drop and enrolled an employee. And the reasons is this is a configuration. Maintain drop course, event categories. Here we'll be configuring all the reasons of drop. What all you have seen here, you'll be seeing all those things here. Generally, you'll not see this many since this is a training trend you'll be seeing. In general, you'll be seeing drop enrollment and we'll add one more reason. Like enrolled in other course, and the other reason would be I'll let you complete it. This course. Or workload something like Seeker. I'll let you complete this course. And the other thing can be no time to complete this. Complete this. And the other thing is not relevant. Relevant is something these reasons you guys will be giving. Learning team will be giving to Workday team. You'll share all this information and will be configuring. Workday team will be configuring this. Once you configure the top reasons, if I try to do that drop again, drop enrollment. I can go this drop learning enrollment and any course if I select. Let's see the technical. If I select this one and whatever the drop reason we have created, you should be able to see those things. You can see no time to complete and not relevant. We already completed this course. This way your learning team will be giving the Workday team with all the reasons to drop for an employee and the way that I've configured. They will configure those reasons. Workday team will configure or mostly Workday team will configure. Learning team will do all the operation activities for learning. They'll not do Workday configurations. In that scenario, when I implemented learning module for a couple of customers, since there was no learning team, I was taking care of all the learning operations, activities, and also learning configuration. The ones the learning team has formed. Here I came out of all operations activities. I used to support them in configurations and technical. But in general, since your background is something, administering a learning system, I think from the scenario better to know how to configure and share the requirements. If tomorrow, when learning implementation is going on with any of the Workday customers, you can suggest, we have an option to drop enrollment for an employee, and we can configure reasons for the drop and employee can select those reasons and drop from the enrollment. You can select. You can share this kind of information during the implementation and accordingly, implementation partners are learning development team. Workday development team will be configuring as how we want it to have. Good to know this information because that's an important, not all the time work on the endowments, but at some scenarios you'll be supporting even dropping the endowments. We can drop the enrollment for blended courses and also the digital courses. Much enrollment is anything. It can be blended. It can be program. It can be digital. Any There is something called a maintain learning validations. If you wanted to do some kind of validations, drop content to validation. Whatever warning message that we got when we are dropping that one is coming from here. What one that we were getting? Show this. If you'd have noticed when I was dropping, it was not immediately getting dropped. There was a warning message. Once I clicked on that warning message, I used to get that. If you got a new validation, I'll specify the filter. We have to select. This is already existing validation. This is already existing. And for every enrollment dropping, when you're going for drop content, validation content, when you're dropping this warning message. When this warning message will come, when you have a condition. When I think this is not properly configured, you're not seeing. Maintain validations. Maintain validations. One new message. This is a condition rule. What it will happen is the course you're dropping begins less than 2 days. When employees enrolled and that enrollment is that course is going to start next 2 days. For the course that is going to start in 2 days, a warning message has been set, saying that your course is going to start in 2 days. You still wanted to drop the enrollment is kind of validation message we have configured. And that's what validation reason. And also it is a kind of warning message. Drop from the enrollment for any course that is less than 2 days. We should be seeing this warning message. The course you're dropping begins in less than 2 days. This is a kind of configuration, kind of validation configuration that will meet. And the other thing would be critical, where it should not allow for dropping the enrollment. You can see here, the something called critical will be there. Whatever that you add here in a critical that will stop employee to drop from the endowment, that will not allow dropping. Even if they get a warning, they will be able to go further. They should be able to. But if we have any critical validation, then it will stop the users and users for the action. The same kind of validation. Whatever we have compared, the course begins in the same. If you kept here the critical that will stop employee from dropping for any code that is less than 2 days. Here at least, warning message is coming. Employee can still submit the drop. But here an employee cannot do that because it's a critical error. It's not a warning. It's a critical employee will not be able to proceed further. That is one thing probably you need to be aware. We have something called validation section, learning validations, where you can do something related to drop on also the same kind of validation you can do for enrollment also. When you're trying to enroll, you have certain reasons. The learning, the location of the course you have selected is different than your primary work location. If there is any blended course, there is a brand new book that is from different location and employee from employee's based location. If employee is selecting that, a warning message should come. In that we have selected an instructor-led course on different location and your base location. Employee can do this. If the same we can set here in a critical, that will be blocking. Employee will not be able to proceed. You can see, can enroll only. You can only enroll in this course once. You cannot re-enroll. If employee is trying to enroll into the multiple times, this will be a kind of warning message, sharing that you have already enrolled and you're again trying to enroll, kind of option will be seen. The same, if you do in critical, that will stop enrolling employee. There's a concept called learning validations. In that learning validations, one is you can do validations on enrollment and dropping the enrollment. Enrollment in the sense you can do validations while enrolling with the course, and you can do validation while dropping the course. You can do both. There is going to be one of the critical area. Good for you. If you join any kind of organization where learning system is getting implemented from this scratch, there you have an option to propose these recommendations to implementation. Team is doing. I took some training, and in the training I got one of the learning validations we can do for enrollment and dropping in the enrollment. You can tell them and give them a kind of exposure how it works. Your organization won't have warning messages we can configure and critical messages, blocking the enrollment, blocking the dropping enrollment options. You can propose. That's about learning, dropping and enrolling options. We've tested this, and we also the seeing that how warning message get generated. Warning message get generated from this task. Maintain learning validations. The next thing is today also thought covered how we can track the enrollments and track the types of courses that we have. All those things. See how learning can access the existing reports towards learning. Going back and go to the learning app. Learning app. We all app. Learning app. Discover. Rose learning. What was the thing that we discussed? Sorry, not. I thought of showing you the reporting perspective. How to track courses. Going to learning admin, not learners. Learning admin. There's something specifically for learning administrators where they can view all the courses that are available in the system and how many people have completed course, all this thing from which people have completed all this kind of analytics, learning and see. Scroll up on it. Can you go once we get one step behind, one step down? How to access this page? How to come here? The same. We have two. Learning. Learning admin. If you're going from apps, there will be two apps. One is for learners. Learning will be there. The other one is for learning administrator who can. See here. Learning will be for employees who wanted to take the training or courses they can go. Basically the learners. Learners are nothing, but employees will be having access to this learning. One more thing called learning admin. Learning that. Learning admin. Where only learning admin will be able to say this thing. No other person other than learning admin will be able to say this thing, access this. Of course, in the background, will be working team, will be configuring security. Listening other people, though they have a kind of all the work access. But learning admin is specific to learning admissions. Only those people will be access this worklet action. This is typically we call it as a worklet. and people from learning team can access this. Clicking on this, and this will take to the dashboard. There's nothing but a kind of learning administrator dashboard. You can find all that is the learning administrator will be doing. One is viewing the courses. What are all the courses that are there in the tenant? A topic you can select. You can find out all the topics here. You are setting the topic when you look at all the list of the courses under that particular topic. Not edit course. Something we post. You can show this. Only you can access a task. Basically, viewing the dashboard is nothing but where you can view all the courses. Similarly, lessons and programs. And we also have campaigns that we already configured. We have scheduled. One can create a campaign and schedule a campaign. Such kind of campaigns also you can see. All the existing campaigns you can also find from the Learning Administrator dashboard. You're able to hear me. I was talking on your comment. We can view all the courses, all the lessons programs, and any kind of topics which are already created. You can find the search bar. Going to search for view course or view campaign kind of pass you access because you already have everything on your fingers. It can easily. You mean we can find it in the dashboard? In the dashboard, if you come, you can find and what are the activities that you typically perform like scheduling, offering. This is the scheduling offering in our last. Such kind of things, and I can do schedule offerings from here where you can find any of the course as a kind of offering that you can access that and do the kind of schedule option. And manage learning content, which gives you all the learning content that are available. If I select this one, you can do some kind of options here. Manage learning content in the sense, if you want to do some kind of ratings, if you want to do some kind of any kind of edits while you're making this course. You can do some kind of edit learning content in the sense where you have an option to edit the content and add some options that are required. As a learning admin, we are giving the rates or the learner going to. Learner will be giving. Once a learner has come to it, and we are enabling them, we give option for them to rate the course. Learner will be that option. I'll show you. There is something called rate category. I'll show you. In that way, you can view and find all the options of managing the learning courses and learning lessons. Not only these two, but you can do kind of learning content and you can do multiple learning related activities based on the learning admin related access that you have. This is not going back. One is where you can view something related to learning courses, lessons, programs, and campaigns. You can view that are created in the other means. Whatever the activities that you guys will be performing, learning team will be performing like scheduling learning content and managing a kind of wait listing. Multiple employees have enrolled into multiple courses and based on the crowd or based on the number of candidates to attend the particular course. Manage the wait listing of the candidate that the others can enroll or give option for multiple employees to enroll into the course. Like managing the wait listing of employee enrollments, such kind of things you will be doing. We'll be seeing all those options also. How we can convey the wait listing on, we'll be seeing all those things. Just whatever data activities that learning team can perform, they can straightly go for learning dashboard and manage courses and manage learning content activities. The other thing is campaign. Whatever campaigns related, existing campaigns can be viewed here. And learning administrator also will have an option to create few things, create course lesson programs, whatever I've shown you. Learning administrator will have access to perform those activities. And then those are all the activities and that stuff, all other things that you're seeing here are the kind of analytics. Analytics that learning administrator know how many have completed this course and how many have not completed this course and what kind of learning content by rating we can give. All these kind of things you can get from learning dashboard, which will give you complete exposure on the completions and any kind of. Do we have access to download the analytics in Excel for my comment? You have. You'll be getting an access to run a report. And once a report is completed, you should be able to extract that information. And the accident started, that will, by default, be in an Excel format. Let's say if I have something called RD. There is something called my team, my learning courses. That is a report name. This is a report name my learning courses, which gets all the employees. This is for learning administrator. What is the course that employee has enrolled and data for enrollment? And when the endowment is going to start, when the registration status will begin and when the completion status will be populated. All this kind of basically will be giving an employees can run this. Not by learning administrators. Learning administrators can run this and identify what all the courses are there. And when the enrollment has got completed and what should be the start date and registration date and completion status. You'll be seeing all the information that you will be requiring. you will be requiring for the courses that are available in the tenant. That is for learning. If you wanted to extract that index cell, once you run a report, you will be seeing an option here, Excel button. Export Excel, that will be downloaded to Excel action. Clicking on this, you'll be getting all the courses, all the information, spreadsheet format. Like that, you'll have a lot many learning related reports which will be running on your day-to-day learning activities. The other one is probably I can create and show you. Let's say if you wanted to track the completions of enrollments. How many employees have enrolled into a course on, how many have completed, how many have not started, how many are in progress, kind of options that you're looking, and you've given me. You've given me an option compliance courses. These are the courses that I wanted to have a kind of track every day to see how many employees have completed, how many are pending. This information that you will be asking Workday team or reporting team to create, and Workday team will create a report and hand over that report here, and you will be using according to business needs. I'll create a report and show you how we can get this. Since whatever I'll be creating is a very simple one, that would be clear for you. All. I wanted to have all the enrollments, all the status of the enrollments. For a particular course. For a particular course. The report type will be advanced, and there is an option called data source, called learning enrollment. What is a data source? Why are you selecting these? This is nothing but a kind of reporting topic. It's already configured by the Workday team. Report generally, it will be already configured. But for you to show in the session from the scratch I'm doing. Generally the data source, data source. All these things comes up by Workday. You don't need to create anything. Data source report type. Everything comes with Workday. You don't need to choose anything. Whatever data sources that are related to learning, you can select that particular data source and get the enrollments activities tracked in a report format. Now I've selected data source called learning enrollments. Learning content. This is nothing but course, title, and learn. You can add multiple courses. We'll be filtering. This will, if we are not filtering, I'll show you once we complete adding the fields. I'll show you how. And based on that, you can arrest it to only one course. These fields are a course name only. Now, course is different. Content is different. Now, what is this field? These are nothing but fields we wanted to know. Learning enrollment data. Fields reporting fields. Report fields, I can say. Status. I want to know enrollment status. Completion status. Completion date. I've given few fields that are generally required for learning content or learning enrollment, tracking the status of the enrollments. I'm not filtered for any specific course, meaning that I should be getting all the courses. You can see there are around 1147 courses are there. All these courses, you can see completion status not started. One thing is in progress, in progress, in progress, and they can see not many are coming up with the status. Not that. And completion date. It is returning blank because it's in status and not started. If they have not started, it will be if they have completed. You can see the date shows here. It is in progress, seeing, but we see the completion date. How come? Amid. Let's go to this employee profile and see how this converting. Let me add worker name and worker details that we can go to the employee profile and see. As of today, I'm running. I will be getting employee who has completed, and we have figured out with the learning data, which is in progress, but still we are seeing completion date. This employee got terminated. Let's pick active employee. This employee is on leave. This employee profile. Where can I see the completions are on in career? Learning option. Career learning option. In career learning option, you can see, and this is what our report is showing. And what is that information that we are seeing? It's showing me in progress, but completed date also included. Let's see. This funding on customers. Offering the decision status enrolled. And the date enrolled, completion status in progress. We are not seeing completion status. We are seeing completion status in progress. And the date of enrollment would be this one. And what are we getting in the report? Our completion date means it's not course completion, it's a learning enrollment. Enrollment completion. I've enrolled into the course. And if manager is approved, I've got enrolled. That will be treated as completion of the enrollment. That is what you are seeing. Not course completion. No, not course completion. It is enrollment completion. The employee enrollment is completed. Or it has gone for manager approval. Or it is sitting with manager approval. It shows you whether it is sitting for an approval or it completed. All this kind of information it should be getting from learning, enrollment related reports. There are two things. One is if you wanted to know the course completions. That's a different case. And if you wanted to know the completion of the enrollments, that's a different case. You must be having a kind of clear understanding. What you are looking for when you are accessing. There are around 10 to 11 reports you generally access. Some of them. One should be giving you completion of learning courses. The other one should be giving you completion of learning enrollments. Both are not same. That would be a kind of courses. Generally in your existing system, what kind of data report that you generally access in learning area? We have different kind of reports. A course report, learning path report, assignment report. Then what else? For each learning path report, we can have multiple learning assets. Like we can add different courses. We can add different assignments. And we have something called resource. Resource is nothing, but you can add any format of file. Document, video, audio, whatever you can add. And we are creating that learning path and creating a learning journey for the employee or end user. We can see that also and we can drill down the report. In the learning path, we can drill down to each course status and each user status. Something like that. We have different kind of reports and we also have custom reports. We can add multiple courses. We want to do it. And we can schedule the report. Also, that we no need to go and generate the report every day, every time. If we schedule it, it will automatically generate the report and share to the mentioned email ID. The same. All what we said is the same can be done. Workday learning also. Whatever activities, that is it. Creating the custom reports, scheduling the custom report, managing different levels of standard reports. All those things can see in the day learning also. I can show you all the standard reports that we have. And whatever you said, courses, assignments, completions. I have shown you a couple of reports now. And similarly, whatever you have just said, all those things we can do in Workday also. That's the kind of thing you will be accessing towards the report. You will not get a chance to create reports. But you can give a requirement what you have, something in that Workday is not provided. It's not in the list. It's not in the list. You can ask your Workday team, hey, Workday is not provided this list of reports. But we wanted to have existing. We wanted to have a report in different scenario. It will give you a requirement. Workday will be creating that accordingly. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.